to Get Outdoors with Hook Outdoors. I'm your host, Dan Hook, and I'd like to welcome you to our latest fishing report episode for June 23rd, 2020 here at Cave Run Lake. This show is being recorded live at our Hook Outdoors retail location, and I'm glad to have you on board. Let's just jump right in. The lake right now is at 730.5 feet of elevation, which is 0.5 foot above summer pool. The outflow is 253 CFS with a temp of 56.46 degrees, and the surface temp on the main lake itself is 75.61. Crop air moving deeper and getting into a more established summertime pattern. Fish are being taken mainly on minnows over timber, treetops, typically 15 feet or greater. I've talked to a few guys that have caught them as deep as 25 feet, but the typical range seems to be about 15 feet. White curltail grubs have been producing some fish also. Bass are another thing. Everything, given the time of year, everything is running a few weeks late this year, so we're moving out of a late post spawn into an early summer pattern for the bass. They're moving deeper. Seems to be bigger worms and stick type plastics are working real well. The Googan log hogs, the Mondo worms, the bigger zoom worms like the old monsters or the big dead ringers seem to be working pretty well. Crankbaits off of main lake points are working pretty well also, typically in a sexy shad color, something more natural, even a Tennessee shad or something along those lines there. There's been some musky action. Most of it has been on Bondi type baits, jig type baits over deep timber, just like last week. There's been a bit of a trolling bite from what I'm hearing. Again, more natural colors or shad type colors seem to be working pretty well. There has been some topwater action on muskie here early in the mornings. That seems to be if it's more of an overcast, cool kind of morning than anything. Catfish are still being taken on chunk bait. They're not real deep right now. Seems to be they're anywhere you can find a good flat hard bottom. They're just kind of cruising around looking for something to eat, best I can tell. Again, the chunk bait, we've sold a lot of frozen skipjack and frozen shad. The strawberry chicken has sold really well, and of course the old standard chicken livers have done real well also for us. Your panfish, your bluegill, your sunfish, your warmouth, shellcracker, that kind of thing, that's a red worm, and Popeye jigs seem to be working really well for those. They're not real deep right now, probably in 8 to 10 feet of water, and they're also coming off the spawn a week or two ago. Spillways just has been a really good place to fish for the last 2 weeks since they have got the flow shut back down. The best places seem to be are off the wall, as close to where it wings out as you can get, or if you can't find the space there, go down to the bottom and try to fish back toward the wings. That seems to be where most people are catching most of their fish, and they're catching a little bit of everything there. If you don't have a boat and some way to get to a good spot out on the water to fish, then the spillway is a really good option. They still have the parking lots closed off, but it's not a bad walk in along the Blacktop Drive there. It's not up and down, and it's a decent little distance, but it's not real strenuous. It's worth the walk. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in this week. That's all we've got to report on. And just remember to get outdoors with Hook Outdoors.